What is poppin', everyone?
What's poppin'?
How you niggas doing?
Niggas is feeling very much, sophisticated. I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm in the Amish or something, but I was
You're
really
in the Amish.
in the Amish. The way I speak is how I speak.
How are you in the Amish?
Because I'm in the outfit of the Amish.
Okay.
The thing is with me, I told you, when I say something and it just makes sense to me, I don't give a fuck if it makes sense to y'all niggas. 10 toes down.
I feel like if you were Amish and you wore that, they will stone you.
Maybe. But I said I am in the Amish for, as in, like, I'm usually wearing, like, something. It's fitted, but it's long with a little slit. Like, it's like the mystery, but is it a mystery?
I feel like Ami looks like a witch today. I've called her a witch like 4 times, and I'm going to keep calling her witch because she reminds me
I'm not
of
getting witch. I'm not giving witch. I'm giving that bitch.
Movie called Craft. Finally, or I don't know what it's called. Maybe it's called Craft.
I think it is called Craft because I think that's what you looked
That's what
up.
I said,
yeah.
right? Okay. Yeah. Well, while you're at it, check out our fucking sip and review.
Yep.
Our YouTube. Our merch that was supposed to be dropping this Friday, but it's coming soon, maybe.
No, it's definitely coming. Like, we're gonna speak it into existence. I told you, the universe is already listening to our biases. If we say it's not gonna come out, it's not going to. So just know you can get your hoe to house husband shirt. You can get your bigger, better bitch shirts through us. We're gonna start posting it because we're going to drop our merch in the perfect time, in the time of giving.
Pictures of the people in it.
Say what?
We'll take pictures of people in it too.
Oh, for sure. Because they only seen us, and you can't really, compare with this. But that's great.
Okay, we have YouTube.
We do have a YouTube.
We have our TikTok.
Tickety talk.
Our Reels.
What else? But hold on, no, we do it. We said Reels. We said sip and review. Y'all check out check out our latest sip and review. I love these humans. They are my favorite people in the world. I say my faves a lot, but I literally love these niggas. So employ the money to the day you fucking die. Period.
All right. Well, with that being said, the girls are back at it again. Another messy ass episode of Sip and Spill. We create conversations. Oh, wow.
Sip and wine.
I go by the name of Thug Motherfucking Sammy.
And I'm ambitious red wine hoe Teray. Oh. So side note, Sammy was like, you've been a red wine hoe 3 times. And I said, you know what? That's the only really consistent nickname I'm going to keep. Because I went out on a date and I told this man, I was like, oh yeah, I'm a red wine hoe. Cause like I was drinking red wine when we went on the date. And he was like, you're a red wine what? I said, I'm a red wine hoe. And he kept saying, you're a red wine, female. I said, no.
I hate the word female.
I said,
well, niggas say it.
I said hoe. And I feel like, why are men so they're so annoyed when you say that you are a hoe?
I think it's the same way how white people are mad that we say nigga, because they give it to us to kind of put us down.
No, I feel like they gave us nigger. They give us nigger. Yeah. No one's going around calling each other niggers.
What's up, my nigger? No, that's terrible. Don't you ever say some shit like that.
Don't you ever.
Girl, I don't know, because I'll be like, oh, I'm a hoe. But I don't know.
I'm going to say men get so offended. Yeah, this man is over here trying to uplift me like the queen he thinks I am. And I said, no, I'm a red wine hoe.
Right.
He was like, hoe? Yes, hoe. Because guess what? Hoe does not even that. I just feel like hoe is subjective and hoe does not bother me. I am a single black woman with a clean bill of health. Do you think I give a fuck about calling myself a hoe?
I don't.
Exactly.
I mean, at our age, what makes me a hoe?
What makes me a hoe? If I want to fuck you tomorrow, I'm grown as hell. It's because I'm doing grown ass nigga shit.
The only thing would make me a hoe is I feel like if I'm fucking with someone that's married.
Oh yeah,
that's some hoe shit. That's hoe shit.
That is some hoe shit, and you a hoe bitch. The fuck?
Bitch. Yeah,
no, for sure. I feel like anyone that you are dealing with at a capacity that's with somebody else and you knowingly know about, that's some hoe shit.
That's some hoe shit.
Because I feel like a hoe shit makes you a hoe.
Right.
But doing things that are hoe shit, as in having sex, why is it having sex makes you a hoe?
Right.
Why does liking red wine
have sex? They're not hoes.
Exactly, because guess what? If you have sex with 3 men in 1 week and you have protection, that's your fucking life.
Right.
I'm not sucking and fucking you, so why the fuck do I need to call you a hoe?
Right. Well, speaking of hoe shit, my nigga Dolph, y'all.
Is that some hoe shit or is that some sad shit, my nigga?
The fact that someone killed him is some hoe shit.
Yeah,
especially when he was out, he went to go buy, I think, some cookies from one of his favorite bakery, and someone just decided to murder him. So that's some hoe shit and some sad shit. I've always been a Dolph fan, and I've realized now that he's passed, people were playing his music a lot more. I'll be in the club.
That's the thing. I don't think that they're playing a lot more. I feel like they're playing the same amount. I just feel like now it hits different.
No, they're definitely playing a lot more. I would never be at a club and hear 3 Dolph songs back to back to back. That was never happening before.
That's always happened where I work. I
guess at crew that's happened.
Yeah, it's very normal for me to always hear Dolph, but I feel like it literally hits like a national anthem to me when I hear shit. Like, don't play with me, play with your bitch. Yeah. That hit hard. When it was like, same niggas that you love will set you up.
Yeah.
Preach.
Real with your dog no matter what. Preach.
Come on, like I'm saying, his songs hit different now that I know that this nigga's not probably ever gonna make anything else.
Yeah.
And I was just really...
And he was a family man and he owned all his masters.
And he had a black skinned woman with a black skin life. Like I love that because, you know, he didn't have any racially ambiguous wife. Like he was a regular ass nigga, he was a real ass nigga.
Right. He was. Like, I remember his interview that he did, and he was like, I can't even fuck with niggas who don't take care of their own kids. If you don't take care of your own kids, we can't be friends. Hello. That is some real nigga shit.
Because niggas is not taking care of their kids. I would rather a man choose being a fucking father over being my nigga.
Always.
Yeah. So it's like, I love that.
Girl, speaking of niggas not choosing to be fathers, just like the nigga who we're supposed to have last week. This man was trying to bring his 3-month-old baby to the podcast.
Well, he chose his baby over us, bitch, clearly.
I mean, at first he was going to bring the baby till I called you. You're like, girl, he can't do that. I was like, you're right. He can't do that. Nigga, why would you think of bringing your child to a audio podcast, a 3-month-old baby? Who's going to watch the baby?
Who is going to watch the baby?
Was it going to be a producer? Was our producer going to watch the baby? How you going to watch us and a baby? But anyways, let's get to some
would you rather.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say tea time, but would you rather?
Don't you skip over a whole section of our session?
Right. You can go first.
So, would you rather have a pause button on your life or a rewind?
A rewind.
Really?
I would definitely want a rewind button.
The thing is, you know me, I'm always like 10 toes down. If I did it, it's got me to where I am at now. I would rather pause so I can be able to reflect and move on and do better. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm not rewinding shit. I did what I did.
I would,
How does the pause work? Have you ever seen Click, the show with
the movie Click? Was it a show?
No, it was a movie. You were right. I was wrong at that one time. I said one time. I admitted it. Yes, on screen, y'all. Don't you ever come for me. I said it once and I was wrong. But yeah, no. It's a movie with Adam Sandler, and he got a remote from, was it Bed Bath & Beyond, where he was able to fast forward. I don't think he ever rewinded. Did he ever rewind?
I watched that movie when I was like 13.
I don't think he ever rewinded. I feel like he always fast forwarded, and then when
he paused. I remember he would fast forward through his wife like bickering at him.
Exactly,
or some shit.
and then he even and then it to the point where his fucking life started like fast forwarding, and he missed everything.
Yeah.
See, I would rather pause so I can reflect, understand, move forward.
Yeah, I would definitely rewind it so I can make Instagram and Facebook and become billionaires.
I feel you.
Yeah. Definitely fuck them white people. My question, my would you rather is, would you rather eat chocolate flavored shit or eat shit flavored chocolate?
Why would I want to eat shit? You said chocolate flavored shit. So if it's chocolate flavored shit, that means I'm eating shit. Or I can eat shit that tastes like chocolate. Bro, can you please go to hell? I really hope you like it hot, my nigga, because...
Girl, that's why I like my shower scorching hot, because it reminds me of the hell I came from.
Bitch, and the hell you going back to, okay? Would I rather eat... I would rather eat chocolate that tastes like shit, because I've had dark chocolate before, and I felt like it tastes like shit, but over time I started liking it. Yeah. So, you know... I'd rather eat chocolate.
I don't think the chocolate tasted like shit. I don't think anyone would ever like shit.
I would have much rather eat chocolate that tastes like shit than eat shit that tastes like chocolate. Who the fuck just wants to scoop up a fucking thing of shit and just be like, tastes like chocolate? Who the fuck does that? Bitch, the fuck is wrong with you? So let's get into some motherfucking wine facts. So we get to some motherfucking tea time, because you skipped over fucking tea. You skipped over wine facts and you wanted to go straight to tea time.
Tea time.
You deserve less, Sammy. And she does.
Why you spell my name wrong?
And
I am not a man. Everyone thinks I'm a nigga. Though.
Sammy deserves less, and you heard it here first, second, third.
Why do I deserve less? Because I come up with some crazy would you rather questions?
Because you always put me in a compromising position. Like, I don't ever compromise you.
And that's your business. What?
Okay, let's get into some motherfucking wine facts when we get into some motherfucking tea time. Tea time. So I was in Target today, minding my good fucking wholesome business like I always fucking do. And I saw this. It was jumping out at me. Like, get me. I didn't write down the facts, y'all, but I'm going to tell it to y'all right now. So this is called intrinsic. Is that how you say it? Intrinsic?
I can't see. You have it.
Oh, bitch. What?
Girl, you keep turning it from.
Sorry. It's giving me very much. Intrinsic. I was right. Intrinsic. Mm-hmm. She said it. It was giving me very much anime. Did it not? Like, does it not give me?
I definitely feel that.
And, you know, as of late, I was watching, you know, The Last Airbender. So I felt like I was on some shit. And nothing too crazy because I've only watched The Last Airbender. And
how does that remind you of Demon Slayer? Okay.
I've never seen, well, I mean, she would know better than me.
Yeah.
But y'all, once again, y'all, yeah. I watched, after I watched The Last Airbender, I watched The Legends of Korra. Korra is the worst fucking avatar we've ever had.
Right.
She deserves less, actually.
Okay.
So I had to put that out there. If anyone ever wanted to fucking know, that's a horrible fucking show. Mm-hmm. So let's get into what the fuck we're drinking today. This is a 2018 red blend, and you know how much a bitch loves some red blend. So this has 51% Cabernet and 49% Malbec. So this is a street art and winemaking unexpected pairing. We aged Cabernet and Malbec skins, and Malbec on the Cabernet fragrance. Okay, for 9 months to create a layered wine with silky, refined overtones. Okay, that really didn't tell us anything about this.
Just read the how much alcohol content. That's what really matters.
It's 14.5%.
All right, pour it up, bitch.
And a 750%, not 50%. At this
700
milliliters. The same amount that you would get in a bottle of fucking alcohol, you getting in wine. We never think about that. Because literally in bottles of alcohol,
750 ml too.
That is so crazy.
Some come in 1 liter, but mostly it's 750.
Wow, so we drink as much as you would drink with liquor, but because we feel like, because it's not 40
maybe that's why after the bottle we'd be like, ooh.
Not even that. Wine be making me feel real fucking sexy.
Real fucking sexy, especially when you at your home running your bubble bath, you know, trying to be all sexy for yourself. You know, that's why
I love that you said sexy for yourself. Come on.
Right.
Cheers to another messy ass episode of Sip and Spill.
Ow. No, because these are not shots, bitch. We have a problem. Let's stop doing that.
Ow. I like it. It's not dry.
It's cool.
It actually has like a really sweet undertone. Like it's really.
You got some cork in here.
You know, just a reminiscing of the first episode.
Wine and cork.
Wine and cork, bitch. Wine and cork.
I like it. I can tolerate this. I got fucked up. I was drunk when I woke up this morning, so I'm glad that I can tolerate this. So let's get some tea time, y'all.
Tea time.
So as of recently, Kyle Rittenhouse, the verdict came out.
Sorry, bitch.
I'm not, because you a bitch. You a bitch, nigga. So the verdict came out that he's not guilty of all charges, and I'm not surprised. I don't think anyone of color is surprised, and it's just white people are allowed to live by a different set of rules than any person of color. And then black people are living a different set of rules than people of color. So it's just like, it was obviously, even the judge was letting them omit like so many things. Like a couple months before the trial, he made a video about how he wasn't sorry, that he was glad he killed them. You know what I'm saying? And that wasn't able to be used at court. They weren't able to call the people who were victims that died victims. You know, there were certain things that the jury was not allowed to know about him. So it was just, and it's all because the judge, you know, didn't want him. Like there's a picture where you see him leaning over the judge's shoulder and they're watching something. When do you ever see a murderer able to get behind the judge so comfortably, hockey keen, giving high fives? I don't know if they were giving high fives, but to me, when I saw that, it feels like you're all giving high fives, hockey keen. This man drove across state lines, under 18, had a rifle to go and kill people because people were trying to protest for Black lives. Let that sink in. And he gets away with murder. Because what? Because what he's telling people that you are allowed to kill people at a protest for Black people. And it's okay. So no, fuck you, fuck that judge, and fuck the racist ass jury too. And not on top of that, he was able to pick his jurors. When does that happen? When are you allowed to pick your jurors? So it's very unfortunate. Rest in peace to those victims. Rest in peace to the victims, and also our mental health. You know, constantly we see these verdicts and we're getting told that we do not matter. So I want y'all to know you matter. And one day, hopefully by the time our children are some lifetime, that things like this will no longer happen.
We can definitely talk about how we matter, and we can talk about how we're angry. We can always talk about those things.
Yeah.
Like, because I think this is just a cycle of a distraction. I feel like everything that you said is very much valid, but I feel like the bigger picture that was at hand, because the same time as the whole Kyle Rittenson, whatever the fuck, like you said.
I don't give a fuck about knowing his last name.
You're
fuck
right.
You.
I'm gonna say was the same time as the Giselle Maxwell case. And that's the only person that was witness to the Jeff Epstein shit. So you see how they put all the light on the Black Lives Matter and the man that killed someone at the rally, but we're dismissing the fact that at the same time as this was going on, the pedophilia shit was going on.
I mean, same thing with the Ahmaud Arbery case. That was going on too. And we were still...
I'm going to say, so they pick and choose. And that's why I'm saying with the media, with the government, with everything. That's why I'm like, y'all say conspiracy, but we're literally feeding into what they're fucking giving us. Like, granted, that shit could have went on without us even fucking knowing, but they did it on purpose to get us mad about this. So we're dismissing the fact that this fucking pedophile might get off of fucking... for doing pedophilia shit. Because, you know, most people in the fucking government are pedophiles.
Okay.
So I'm going to say, I'm just as angry as you are, but I'm still angry at the fact that I'm like, this is what's fucking going on. Because most of the people that got taken during that case was most likely Black little kids, you know? So they're both very much an issue, but it bothers me how only one is getting the coverage, because that's what they want the narrative to be, as in what we're talking about, what our rhetoric is and what we understand. So, I mean, I guess y'all still tap into what's going on. We can still be mad, but guess what? Kyle won't get street justice, regardless of what you care about it or not.
Girl, Zimmerman's still walking around. I don't believe it.
You don't believe in street justice?
I believe in street justice.
But it doesn't mean death, though. It literally might be karma for them.
Okay.
They might have karma in a different way that we might. If they don't get the karma, their kids are going to be. You have to understand the way the universe works.
So that's not street justice then?
It's still street justice, because at the end of the day, you going to still get it whatever way you need to get it. And that's how I believe it.
Okay. I thought street justice whenever you kill
I don't feel like everyone that gets street justice means that they're going to get killed.
Okay.
Because who's to say that anyone's working with Zimmerman? Who's to say that anyone that fucks with Kyle after this is going to have a good taste in their mouth? Because at the end of the day, we think it's a problem. So if we think it's a problem, how many people is he going to run and cross that he is... Okay. Street justice is a police response to a community mandate calling for an action to be taken when formal institutions cannot. That's why would they put two double negatives?
I'm confused with what the police have to do with this.
The street justice function has created a widespread concern, particularly when police officers simultaneously display ethnic or racial prejudice.
Okay, let's go to Urban Dictionary. Fuck, let's go to the nigga meeting. It says
street justice. I'm gonna say punishment or payback rendered by the hands of a vigilante
or any other punishment given out outside.
And I feel like they're going to get punished regardless. Like, even if they're not getting it the way that you want. Because I feel like, does anyone ever get justice from someone dying?
No, but I feel like him going to prison for the rest of his life.
That's not justice.
Okay, to you, but I also feel like for him going to prison for the rest of his life, or how many years he was supposed to get, is some kind of justice. You know, that he's not able to live his life, that he's not able to have children, or maybe he can still have kids. I don't know how the fuck that happens in prison. But I think it's just... How's that? Okay. So yeah, I think it's some kind of justice that he will be in prison for the rest of his life. It might not be, ideal, but it's some kind of, punishment for his crimes. And he is not punished for his crimes. He is walking around free.
But I also got to think about is the, was it a federal? Was it a civil? Like, the levels of it. Because even like how people are treated in prison is different too. So it's like, I understand what you're saying, that he's going to get the family will get some type of justice. But I feel like there's no rectifying death.
No, I'm not saying that either. I'm just saying him going to prison is some kind of punishments instead of not being punished. Because now you get the double jeopardy exists. You can be tried for the same crime again. So he gets to walk around and, you know, just like Zimmerman, be a celebrity pretty much to these white people. And they donate. They're going to have him have a living. Even though he might not be able to get a real job, he will find a way to survive. That's why Zimmerman, he sold the gun he killed old boy with. I'm gonna say old boy. I'm not say old boy.
Trayvon Martin.
I was gonna say his name.
I know,
Trayvon Martin. You know, like he was doing book signings. He's doing stuff to still make a living, and that's what Kyle was gonna do.
Okay, well,
let's get back to some better things. I don't know if y'all saw Simone Biles' Essence cover, but
she was giving black girl magic on steroids.
Queen was queening, and that's what happens when you have a black photographer, a black makeup artist on a black magazine. That is how you're supposed to shoot black people. Mm-hmm. And I loved it. She looked beautiful. It was just so warming to know that this is what can come from when you hire within.
That I love that. And I even love on top of that, I don't know if you heard that T-Pain song where he was talking about Black Friday and he said for Black Friday, shop black, everything black. I said yes. Cause I love more of the idea of everyone getting used to just shop black, shop within. I've always been on the wave. I never thought it was a trend because I really solely do believe that, you know, the way to solve racial inequality is to give us the upper hand because let's shop with each other. Mm-hmm. Like I love shop black owned. I love shouting out black owned. Oh, while I'm at it, I forgot to say that we are sponsored by this bottle by Ella Joe, which is a loungewear, Dallas-based, sister-based, black-owned. I forgot to shout them out. Woman-owned. But yeah, I forgot to shout them out earlier, but I'm going to remember to do it for the rest of the continuing episodes. But yeah, I love everything about it. And I'm actually going to probably shop with them just because, off the strength of, because I know their dad. Yeah. That's the reason why we're sponsored by them, because their dad. Mm-hmm. So thank you, Michael.
All right. Let's get into some messy ass shit. Summer Walker and London. What do you think about their relationship?
I think Summer Walker and London is like, in my opinion, it's like, I guess like the Drake shit when he was like, when that one song Take a Shot for Me, like first I made you who you are and then, you know, I made it. And like London was already a person before, you know, Summer Walker was. Mm-hmm. So I feel like he's upped her celebrity a lot more which he did. And so now he's still upping her celebrity. And I think anything that she does outside of this is always going to be a reminder that London is the reason why she's where she's at. So overall, I think that they are in a tug of war relationship where it's always going to be that he has something over her. Mm-hmm. So do I feel like it's toxic? Absolutely. Do I feel like she's feeding into it? Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't think he made her. I feel like Summer Walker was already a successful singer before.
Was she though? She didn't have an album. She didn't have anything. She only had a mixtape or something like that. I feel like people always feel like you're not on the map until you have something tangible like a, industry behind you or a really dope producer, because everyone has that one producer. Like they'll be like, we got London on the track, Mustard on the beat. Like everyone has that one producer that gets them. And even with Drake, wasn't it 40 was that his name? 40. Mm-hmm, 40. So yeah, so it's like that's what people remember, because we remember Drake. I'm like, oh, because he got this nigga. Okay. We remember Future because if Young Metro don't trust you, like producers make the artist.
Yeah, like I was saying, I felt like she was already a person, already a successful singer, coming up before him. Did he help her put her on the map because of the album he produced for her? Absolutely. But I don't like to say, oh, this person made someone. Like, I feel like just how Migos put it the best, the Drake didn't make them. They were already gonna pop regardless of. Did Drake help them put them on the map when he jumped in that Versace remix? Hell fucking yes. But Migos were already gonna be Migos, So I feel like Summer Walker she's talented as fuck. Does she have warm for brains? Yes. But doesn't mean she's not. I felt like she was already gonna be, whatever, before, with or without London. But I mean, that album that he helped her produce was absolutely amazing. And he definitely, how you say, upped her status, definitely 100%.
Because that album was amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. Every time you got London on the I wonder if he produced it for free.
I should have known better.
This album I didn't like as much.
I didn't either. I did not.
Yeah.
I feel like it was from a bitter baby mama's club. Like, I feel like it's very therapeutic. I understand that you have to go through your emotions how you need to go through them. But I'm like,
I couldn't relate.
I'm going to say, yeah, I can't relate either. And I feel like stop making someone more of a priority than they need to be. Even if that's how you deal with how you deal. Like, you're literally proving what I just said. Yeah. He made you. So stop making him more of a priority than he needs to be in your life.
Right. I remember this meme I posted and they were like, I couldn't relate to the Summer Walker album because I'll be the one traumatizing niggas. So that's how I felt. Like, girl, I don't feel this pain, but you know what? I
literally only heard 2 songs and it's like,
girl, I listened to this album over and over and over again because I really tried to like it and I just couldn't. I'm
gonna say, I've only heard that song and Fourth Baby Mama. And I'm like, you put it yourself. You're the 4th baby mama and you knew that. And like we keep saying, we warned you. You keep saying, I never warned her. I'm like, bitch, I told you, I sent the messages through my universe and if it didn't reach you, bitch, you was blocking your blessings.
Right. And that brings us to the topic of conversation is being okay with failure because that fucking relationship failed.
And she was okay with it and she's over here talking about it openly. And I think that's crazy. Like, if I have a failed relationship, I don't really like, not even so much not talking about it, but it's just like, I don't want to keep reliving it because talking about it makes it real.
Okay. You don't think talking about it with someone of her status helps other women go through, relate? And
I can understand that. I can respect it.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, you have the old album dedicated to the fact that you were sad. Like
so did Adele.
I haven't heard Adele's album at all.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna say I understand.
Not the whole thing, but yeah.
But I'm saying I understand that that's how music people connect to others. But I feel like there's some things you can say for yourself. Because like, girl, we want you to be the biggest, baddest bitch that you can ever be. And being sad, it's not really resonating with people. We don't want to be sad. We want to be slinging bricks from our 9 to 5s, my nigga. Like, I got a 9 to 5, but I'm gonna still sell you some weed on the side type shit.
That's the life you're living on me?
No, but
like, girl, don't sell these niggas a dream. What they mean? 9 to 5.
Do they not know? We sell dreams for a living, okay?
We do sell dreams over here. But so this kind of brought me back to a time where I did not really know what direction I was going with the podcast. I don't know. It's been so long now. So like, I really hate bringing it up I don't even bring it up all the time. But,
we don't.
I used to do this podcast with someone else. Same name, just different co-host. And I just had to like cut her off and like just cut the whole, whatever. And so of course the podcast had to stop. And I really didn't know if I was going to I knew I wanted to keep continuing this. I didn't know if I was going to do it by myself or with another person. And I was totally okay with letting that podcast fail and letting, it just be what it is. So I can do this with someone else or by myself with, make it bigger, better, badder. I feel like that's what I'm doing now with this podcast, actually. So honestly, I want to say a quote that I saw and I resonated with me. It says, failure will not kill you, but your fear to fail might keep you from success. And I feel like that's how I feel right now. My fear to always have to be perfect or always have to like get this a certain way could keep me from being the successful mogul.
I'm here to tell you that's a fact. You are an extreme perfectionist. Like, things that I will let just slide, you be like, no, absolutely fucking not. Yeah. I'm like, the thing is, and I've heard this by multiple people, not just one person. They say they come to our podcast because of our vibes and how we talk with each other. They say we might not have the most amazing content in the world, but because of the chemistry we have it. And I feel like sometimes you are perfectionist. And I'm like, I'm not. So I know that's going to always be our biggest disconnect. Right. Because I'm never going to want something as hard as you want something. Because I'm like, I feel like I get anxiety really quick. So it's like, if I ever like try to be something perfect, my life has never fucking been perfect. Shit, at this point, like, I'm a walking fucking it is what it is, but the universe got me. And you know that I act like that. So it's like, sometimes I'm like, oh, we can't be perfect. But I understand her wanting for it. So that's where I'm at. Cause it's definitely, so I feel like if you hone in the idea of never always being perfect sometimes, we got this shit. Yeah. You got a teammate for life, my nigga. got your motherfucking back.
And that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. It's been a minute since you said that.
And that has been a minute. Do you have anything else to say about that? Because I don't want to cut you off. Okay. So for me, my biggest thing that I seen as a failure within my life that's making me grow is the fact that I have a degree and I'm not using it. Like we were saying earlier, that in African households, your education is like the next thing to God.
Yeah. Minority households, period, for the most part.
Say what?
Minority household, period, for the most part.
Yeah, because we feel like our education is the only way to get it out the gutter, get it out the mud, make it better for yourself. But it's like other things that are important are financial literacy, you know, like being able to take care of your fucking self. So we literally undermine all those things because we feel like education is the only thing we need. So we have a lot of people that are stressed out trying to be doctors, engineers, because that's not what they really want. And I feel like my mom has hinted multiple times, not very much like, and she doesn't do it subtly. We're fucking African. We never do anything subtly. She always be like, subtly. At this point, subtly. But if I said subtly, y'all, it is what it is. Okay. So subtly, you said?
Subtle. Yeah. Okay. Subtly.
Nothing that she's done has been subtle about it. She has been like, hey, I know someone. She's like, hey, your cousin, is working with CNN and she can get you an interview with someone here locally. And I said, no, thank you, Mom. I don't want to do that. And then like a few months will pass. How's your job going? Like, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, respectfully, I feel like even though I don't have the most peace of mind where I work, it does what it needs to do for me to feel my passion. And I know when I did my internship that media wasn't my passion in the way it looked suitable for everyone else. And I think because people don't see podcasts, because there's so many of them, people don't see them as like a business. But like we say, how much time, money, and energy we spend in this, it's a business to me.
I mean, we got a whole LLC. It's a fucking business.
And that's what I'm saying. But I feel like the people that are not in it with us in the thick of it, they don't understand that you into the thick of it. Into the thick of it. Oh, but yeah. So when people don't see it that way, they see it as I am misusing a degree that I bought. Bought, nigga. I fucking bought it. I'm still paying for that bitch.
Girl, okay? You are. I gave that to God.
No, bitch. I can't let my credit go to shit because of that.
Girl, that's between God and my credit.
I am fucking crying. Heavy on your credit.
Biden said it was going to be forgiven
until January. January is tomorrow, bitch.
Girl, that's between God and my student loans. I don't give a fuck. And if I had to buy a house, a car, I'll just pay someone to fix my credit to get off real quick. And it'll go come back. But when I want to buy that house, it'll be gone. Okay. So yeah, that's how I feel about my student loans.
So what for me, when we say that failure is subjective, is because for what we think is failing might be someone else's come up story. Like someone else might be looking at us and be like, oh, they feel like they're failing at this, but I've been working towards
409. I remember it now.
409?
Remember the cleaning slip?
Yeah, you've been talking about it for so long. But it's like, you don't understand how many trials and stops and continues. It's like, so whatever somebody else's coming up story might be your failure right now.
Yeah.
Because I feel like never fucking give up. Like there's never an ending to what.
Really? Never give up? What if you're like 40 and you're 5 and you're trying to be a rapper and you suck? You just think they should just keep going?
No, Rick Ross wasn't a big ass rapper until he was like, I think mid-30s.
Okay, but like
for like Jay-Z, wasn't he like a rapper?
It's not the age. I said 45, you're trying to be a rapper and you suck.
But the thing is, that's subjective as well because 2 Chainz, yeah, he's an old ass rapper and he didn't get there until a minute. I'm not
talking about the age.
Titty boy.
Y'all missing the
He has so many fucking
parts.
And you gotta realize, even with fucking, even the baby, even though we can't stand him right now, he had different names before he was the baby. He was Baby Jesus. He was something.
These are people who can rap. You're forgetting this whole.
Can the baby really actually rap though?
Yeah, I think
he has the same cadence on every song. Mm-hmm. To me, that's not really knowing how to rap. That just means you know how to ride on the beat.
Okay. That's
Migos. Do you feel like Migos really know how to rap?
Hell yeah. I certainly do. I do.
I think the only person that knows how to rap
is Takeoff.
Yeah.
That's
honestly, that's everyone's favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, like,
and
granted,
he's so quiet and humble. I like him.
Exactly. We love a humble nigga.
I do. I like them quiet and humble.
So I feel like, yeah, success is always very subjective and failure is, because it's like we might think we're failing because right now we're like, even when we say, remember when you were like, oh, we have like 4,000 and something followers on Instagram.
4,000. It was 1,400, girl.
14. I'm trying to remember while I'm looking at you. You were like 1,400, and I'm like, yeah, we're not 1,500, and you were like, oh, well, I thought that 14 was good. So you see how we both thought it was different. It's like that's how it is with success. It's subjective of how you see it as being successful.
Yeah. Because failure to me is subjective, because to my parents, they might think what I'm doing is failing. I mean, my mom does support what I'm doing. I guess to my dad, what I'm doing would be failing. But to me, I'm building a multi-million-dollar ideal for my life.
Yeah.
So definitely, and as entrepreneurs, if you have a dream, you're going to fail at some things. Like, it's just going to happen. There's no entrepreneurial story that just was just a straight line to success, unless your parents are already fucking rich and you're white and you really have no problems. Hello. That's different. But if you are if you're trying to get out the mud,
you love saying get out the mud. I don't want to get out the mud. There's nothing about me wanting to get out the mud. I understand the lesson behind it, but the thing is, my nigga, my feet are tired. I'm tired of getting out the mud.
We are getting out the mud because we don't have a silver spoon, that's helping us, paying us. I'm not paying, not, giving us money to, we're not on the shade room. We're not like, we don't have celebrity parents, So we are kind of getting out the mud. We started from 0 followers, 0 anything. And now we are bigger, better, bitch when we go outside sometimes. Okay.
I feel like you said, or like when you was on Instagram, that is the greatest compliment that I can say in Houston, when you be outside, like just living your life, not even promoting yourself.
Yeah.
And people come up to you and be like, I've heard your podcast.
Yeah.
I know you from somewhere. And I'm like,
I was at work and this girl was like, hey, she was someone else's table. And she's like, hey, call that girl over there with the red hair. Like, I change my hair every week, y'all, almost every week. And she recognized me. She was like, oh yeah, I liked your podcast. You don't know me. I was like, okay, cool. Like,
I love that for us.
I love that people who aren't like, oh, I don't want to say anything because she's going to be, If you know us, we are not like that. We're probably going to cry and give you a hug.
Literally, honestly, every time someone that tells me that, I get so excited. And I'm like, what's your Instagram so I can make sure I follow you back as well.
Girl, and I get that.
That is literally what I do.
So growing up in an African household, failure to me looked like being poor and unmarried. Like having money or, having a, your own income and being, independent, all that is very like honed in on us. They're like, even like with your African aunties, they're like to make it clear, you better marry a rich man. You better, make sure he can take care of you.
Not my
Girl,
aunties.
your aunties didn't do that?
Nah.
Y'all.
They're the rich aunties. No, my aunt, I'm glad she don't watch my podcast, but she be like always talking about how her nigga ain't shit, how she make more money. Cause she's a doctor. She's a chiropractor. And like, I remember one time I stopped talking to her for a long time cause I was like, I felt like she was trying to like hone in on my nigga. Cause she was like telling him, like, I feel like I get it.
You thought your aunt was trying to take your nigga?
That's what I heard from his mouth.
Okay.
And I just felt like, don't be telling my fucking boyfriend how he not satisfying you and you make more money than him and he ain't shit. Like, once you tell another nigga that a nigga's not satisfying you,
what do you think is gonna go in his mind? Yeah.
Exactly. So to me, I was like, weird. I said, okay, we could throw the motherfucking hands, bitch. What's up?
That's weird.
That's suspicious.
Yeah, definitely. And being unmarried, like, that's
in African culture, like, bitch, do you have a pussy?
It's like, we're told for like 80% of our lives growing up never to look at boys, and the last 10% of it's when are you getting married?
When are you getting married? Hello,
girl. I thought I wasn't allowed to look at boys. Like,
and now you want me to be pregnant by the time I wake up? My nigga, and that's how I felt about my mom. My mom was always like, education. Why you not married?
Girl, I thought I was supposed to face my books, not face the niggas.
Hello, and niggas still ain't facing me while I'm facing the books, okay? Shit, fucking hate it here. So yeah, my biggest thing when I was growing up, what was a failure is not getting a degree. Because my mother never achieved a degree, so she felt like if her kids don't get a degree, she's not doing shit.
Why do parents always want you to do what they can't do? I'm sorry, like...
Exactly, if you couldn't do it, nigga, what makes me more capable? I came from you. That apple did not fall that far from the tree, my nigga.
It does not fall that far.
If you didn't get it, how could I get it?
Right.
Like, and stop giving me all the pressure of being the first one to get the degree. Because at first, my sister, she wasn't going to get her degree. She was going to go on, because you can get your nursing without getting your BSN.
That's called an RN. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So my sister is an RN.
Or a CNA.
No,
or
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, my sister was she was a RN, and then she was an LPN. And at first she always says, she's like, I've never gotten my degree, but I've gotten that. Mm-hmm. And I'm like...
But you can still make decent money with that.
No, trust me, my sister makes fucking money without that. Yeah. And she's always like, I still feel like I haven't made it yet.
Even though she makes money.
Because she didn't get her degree.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because I'm saying that the fact that our African parents, because you're not supposed to do whatever.
That's their problem.
That is. Really, though. The thing is, I don't care if my child is better than me. I want them to live the life that's very fulfilling to them. Yeah. Because... I feel like the only way that you are making money and doing, if you're on the pursuit of your happiness, like anything that makes you happy, do it. Yeah. Because money's going to come if you enjoy what you're doing. Because we enjoy doing this. Yeah. We spend a lot of money, but we know it's going to happen because
to us,
we enjoy what we're doing.
Right. Even we are well aware that money does not bring happiness because what's his name?
Robin Williams.
One of the funniest men, his job was, he was a comedian. His job was to
make people laugh. And he wasn't even happy himself.
Pretty much, money can't buy you happiness, but it definitely helps because I'd rather cry in a BMW than a Nissan Altima.
And guess what? I have a Nissan Altima, and I cry very much well in there and in my fucking bed, bitch, okay?
You been crying in your car?
Sometimes. Shit, life gets hard sometimes.
Have I cried in my car?
Bitch, I don't know. You have not lived life until you cried in your fucking car.
I cried in the shower, though.
Like, you literally so fucking sad. You were like, I'm immobilized by my fucking sadness.
I've definitely cried in the shower. I like to cry in the shower.
I've never cried in the shower. I feel like it's giving me too much music video. And
really?
I feel like when people cry in the shower in music videos, it's just genuine. The real cry is when you crying in your car. Like, you so sad you can't leave your car. You like...
I guess the shower is where I do all my thinking. So it's like, oh, my
I don't think in the
sucks.
shower. I get in, I get out. I get in, I get out.
I definitely do all my thinking in the shower. So let's get into some famous failures, pretty much.
Yeah.
Oprah Winfrey. I love Oprah as for what she's of her come up story, not her as a person.
As a person, absolutely fucking not. I'll make sure I put that in there. Yeah. She's for the white people.
Yeah. But I feel like her story is very inspiring. She got fired from her first, news anchor job and she didn't stop. She kept going. And, a lot of times when we hit roadblocks in life, we feel like we have to, stop it because we're like, oh shit, it's not happening. It's not happening. It's happening. It's not happening. And that's how, like, at one point you were like, the podcast is the podcast. But I was like, girl, we're going to hit a plateau. There are going to be days where, we're going to have very good views and days we're going to have like very shitty views. And I haven't let that stop us. We kept going. So her story to me is very inspiring. Like, and now she's a self-made billionaire and she is a bad bitch in her own. So definitely a big come up for me.
So let's talk about how Alicia Keys, she never finished high school, which everyone feels like is a very monumental thing, which I feel like it is, y'all. And do I feel that way? No, my kids are going to be homeschooled. I feel like I was trying to do that for the people, but that's not how I feel in my heart. Because I almost didn't graduate high school.
You told me that.
Yeah, bitch. I was failing English, PE, and what else was I failing?
You weren't dressing out?
I wasn't dressing out for PE. Mm-hmm. English, like, he wasn't understanding the rhetoric of my papers. So yeah, no, I was failing my senior year, and I almost did not fucking graduate. Yeah. And I was like, okay, like,
you know what? I almost didn't graduate either. Wait, no, it wasn't that bad. I was, I almost failed calculus. That's what it was.
I'm gonna say I was really always good at math and I was always good at numbers. But when it came to like vocalizing and being able to tell people something that understood me the way that I understand me, that's when I had the issue.
Yeah.
Still to the day.
But
look
even
at
if
us.
you don't graduate high school, I feel like at least get your GED. Like I think that's bare min.
It really is a bare minimum, just so you can at least get your foot in the door with these niggas that act like they doing shit, honestly. Right.
Another one is Mark the Clone Zuckerberg. He did not ever graduate college.
The clone, my nigga.
Girl, that man is not alive. What we see is not him. That's a robot. The way he moves and looks, that is not a human being. I don't know what he is, but he's not human. So yeah, he's a billionaire himself, and he never graduated college. Another one. You got another one? Steve Jobs. Rest in peace. He never graduated.
Turtleneck Shotty. I love that nigga.
Who?
Turtleneck Shotty.
That's what you call him?
Yeah.
Turtleneck shorty?
That nigga always had a turtleneck on.
He did. He fucking did with his glasses.
One thing about him, he
was gay.
I love that for him. So you know what? But you know, gotta realize, gay niggas really be having that bread.
They do. Gay niggas are the best tippers sometimes.
Always the
gay
best
niggas
tippers.
And Asians.
Because they literally like vibe with you and don't feel no jealousy.
Or they're not trying to talk to you. Like
exactly.
Gay niggas, they genuinely
are coming just for the service.
Right.
Literally.
And other niggas.
So, what are reasons, I'm gonna say, so we were getting to why reasons that you think that you failed that probably have nothing to do with the reason why you actually failed, but only because of your mind.
Yeah.
So, one reason that we have that you might think is a failure when it probably isn't a failure is because you have unrealistic expectations. Sometimes our expectations for what we feel like it should be where it should be at the time is because we think like, oh my God, why are we not here yet? It's unrealistic because sometimes things do take time.
It does.
Things do take work. And I feel like sometimes we don't think that the time is inserted into our expectations.
Right. And I definitely got that from this YouTuber named Stacey Flowers. If you don't follow her, I highly suggest, especially if you're a Black woman, to watch Stacey Flowers' videos. I watched her first video whenever she first started YouTube. I don't think it's her very first one, but the first one I can access. And she was making a vision board of what she wanted. And in 2021, when she made her most recent video, she accomplished everything she made in that vision board. And it took how many years? 17, like what? I don't know. I'm stuck at math. Like 5-6 years. So yeah, that really inspired me because I'm like, it's not doing what it needs to do. It's not doing what it needs to do. But it took 10 years for Lizzo to pop. You know, it took Doja Cat. I first heard Doja Cat when I was in high school. And
it was that cow song. That cow song. Bitch, I'm a cow.
No, Doja Cat was back in 2011. That's when I first heard Doja Cat.
I wasn't fucking with her then.
Yeah, I've been fucking with Doja for a while. And she's rebranded herself. And she's, you know, and it was that cow song that made her viral. So I feel like, we feel like time is so short and that we have to be somewhere at this certain amount of time. But that's absolutely not true.
I feel like that's really the biggest enemy of that's more of a bigger enemy than comparison.
Yeah.
Is time.
Right.
Because we feel like time is limited. When if I was to die today, I would still feel okay with what we did with this podcast.
Right.
The life and that I live. Because I feel like, and that gets me to the next, did you have anything else to say about that? I keep saying I don't want to cut you off, but did you have anything else to say about that with Okay. So that goes to my next point of why you feel like you're failing is because you're comparing your story to someone else's.
Yeah.
It's like I said, time and comparison are going to always have you fucked up about where you at with your podcast, with your vlog, with your Instagram, with your likes, with your views, because you're comparing it to other people. And the thing is, we do it so unconsciously that we do it without knowing. Because I'll be like, I know it sounded so crazy me saying it.
You said it twice. We do it so unconsciously. We do it without knowing.
Unconsciously, without knowing. Y'all know me. Y'all know the vibes. Y'all know where it's going. Like, But yeah, because even when I'm like telling us, I'm like, when I'm sending you a Instagram of a podcast, I'm like, oh my God, they have this many views. And you're like, well, they've been doing it for this many years. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah. That's one thing I don't do. I do not compare myself to other podcasts.
And I do though.
Yeah, I don't do that at all. Because I feel like I am my own person. I am my own thing. And me comparing my podcast to someone else, like they're doing this, I'm not doing that. It's not gonna bring me happiness. I'm already hard enough for myself. I don't need to make myself any less than how I already feel. You know, sometimes.
That's why I don't watch podcasts.
Oh, okay. I love podcasts. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
I think that gives me inspiration. Like when I listen to these podcasts,
I'm not inspired. Sometimes I feel like I'm like,
okay. It makes me want to work harder. Another thing is low self-esteem. It might not seem like it, but I kind of suffer from low self-esteem. So that's one thing that's always going to stop you from being successful is not believing in yourself. That's the number one thing you have to do is believe in your 100% of yourself. So I have to look in the mirror and tell myself, I will be a millionaire. My podcast will pop. You will do this. So I can start believing that it's going to happen. So the more you say
10 toes down.
The more you say things, if you have to, I write post notes, I write in my journal, I write these things down so the more you say it, the more you believe it. Facts. So that's what I have to do for myself. Another thing is depression. That's something that a lot of people suffer from. People have minor depression, some people have deep depression that's stopping them from doing what they need to do. And that causes them to fail. Even though you might have the tools, you have the talent, you have all these things, but you're not where you want to be because you are depressed.
So the last thing that I have about it is that you engage in negative self-talk. Like she was saying earlier, whenever you are in a depressive state or X, Y, and Z feeling some type of way, you oftentimes confirm your bias by talking to yourself like you don't already deserve it. Right. And just know, we all deserve more.
And last but not least, lack of support. Having a great support system is... what's the word for it? I can't think of it right now, but it's very important. Like having someone who tells you you can do this, you know, like I believe in you or anything, that just makes you want to that just motivates you to get what you need to go. So, I mean, my mom wasn't very supportive of the podcast at first, but now she's all like, you know, how's your podcast going? How's this going? You know, she's
my mom is definitely always like my team number one, even though she want to throw some shit in I'll be like, ma'am, that's not my plans. You gotta,
When I finally decided to tell my mom what I was doing, she definitely was like,
sex work.
Y'all, I do sex work on the side. When I finally told my mom what I wanted to do and I didn't want to be a nurse, she definitely was like, you know, how are you going to make money? How are you going to live for yourself? But now she's just like, she sees my passion. She sees my drive. She sees what I'm doing. So now she's just like, yay, go girl.
Here are healthy ways to know how to cope with failures, because failures are not situations. They're just part of your life and that's part of your story. Yeah. So one way that...
failures are a moment in time.
Factual.
That's what they are.
Because I'm going to say, in time is infinite unless you think that you're going to die tomorrow. So...
I mean, you could.
And if we do, that's your time.
Period.
So a way to cope with it healthily, is that a word? I guess it is. Right now it is. For the sake of time, it is acknowledge your irrational belief about the failure.
Okay. Embrace your emotions and don't suppress.
Facts. That's a good one.
That's my thing, girl.
Another way is to create a plan moving forward from your failure.
And also accept an appropriate amount of responsibility for why you failed. Because sometimes it could be your fault.
Bitch, it might not ever be my fault.
You know, sometimes you could have worked a little harder, you know, woke up a little earlier, do some things to make sure you get to where you need to be.
Another way is to face your fears about your failure. Because most times when we fail, we feel like it's us. But sometimes you got to just like, you know, look at everything. Why are you fearful of this?
Yeah.
You're meant for greatness.
Period. And ask yourself what you can learn.
Yeah.
What you can do better and how you can improve.
Why it's okay to fail is because failure is redirection. It shows you where you shouldn't be. With most times when you're not where you need to be, sometimes you just need to push. Another reason why is because failure is an opportunity. It's a chance to reevaluate and come back stronger with better reasoning. And the last one is that failure is not fatal. No matter how hard it may be, to know that the failure simply means that you are at another shot to try again. Like that one song, first you don't succeed, dust yourself up and try again. There's so many songs about having an underdog story and coming up and being a bigger, better bitch. And failure is never the end of your story.
Right. There's this famous quote that says, if you fall 8 times, get up 9. Like, it don't matter.
That's the song that Cardi B made. She made a song like, fell 9 times, get up 10. Right. Yeah, exactly. So So there's always songs about it because
great come up story.
Because the thing is, you are never alone in the story of you getting to where you need to be, because everyone is dealing with failures, but it's how you recover from them.
And people don't post their failures. That's the thing.
That's a fact.
People like to live a life like they're perfect, whatever. Like that's me. When I be working out and fucking up, I post that because I'm not the best.
It's real.
You know, it's real. You're gonna fuck up and it's okay. And I don't pretend to have a perfect lifestyle at all.
Never do.
I'll be fucking in my bonnet. I'll be doing some dumb shit. It's life and it's beautiful and it's okay.
Okay, so let's get into some motherfucking questions now, because we trying to get into questions for the last 8 minutes. Get into your question, bitch.
Okay.
Get into me. That's Doja Cat.
I don't like that song.
Get into it. Go ahead.
I don't like that song.
I don't either, but it was just, it made sense.
If a nigga failed at giving you good dick, would you give him another chance?
Yeah, I've done it before.
Okay.
Hey, you can't, like they said on that one movie about last night.
We're not drinking this wine.
You're not drinking this wine. This is my second glass.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So they said if you get it right the first time, you have nothing to build up to. So I'm going to give you another chance.
So the niggas purposely fuck you bad the first time?
No, I'm just saying, what if it just wasn't everything you thought it was going to be? Okay. Remember that one time I said I had sex with that one guy and it wasn't everything I wanted to? And I'm like, I don't want to have sex with him. I might give him another chance, but I'm like, it wasn't everything that I wanted.
Right.
And I was building up this beautiful love story of us being together, and then when I texted him, I was like,
yeah,
like my I'm gonna say my like for him literally went down
so much. I'm like, damn, bitch. Like she went from being his name.
Obsessed.
She went from being like to like, girl, I don't want to hear his name no more.
Exactly. Remember that one meme? Like, y'all don't understand. I'm obsessed. And then when I was like, y'all be talking about him, I'm like, oh yeah, he still exists. I just don't want to fuck him.
I don't even hear this nigga's name no more.
You don't. My question is, what is the last thing you accomplished that you feel good about?
Ooh, what is the last thing I accomplished that I feel good about? Being consistent in the gym again.
Okay.
I feel good about that because I wrote on my journal that I wanted to start going back to the gym and I did it. So I'm very proud of myself for that.
Okay.
My last question to you is, would you fuck Bill Gates?
Would I fuck Bill Gates?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't he gay?
No, he has a wife.
Oh.
I mean, that doesn't mean he's not gay, honestly, but he appears as a heterosexual man.
Oh, we were talking about Steve Jobs as gay.
Yeah.
Bill Gates. I mean, if I fuck you and you make me a millionaire, absolutely. Because he made his wife a millionaire. Billionaire, actually. Mm-hmm. But I'm probably not going to be that lucky. So if I'm not that lucky, I don't want to fuck you if it's not going to be... I don't want to fuck a white man if I'm not getting money out of it.
Okay. Fair.
Respectfully.
Yeah, fair.
So my last question is, what one of your failures taught you the biggest lesson?
Ooh. One of my failures that taught me the biggest lesson is to not have a lot of trust in people.
So what failure was that, though?
It was the last podcast I did with someone else. Like, I had a lot of trust in her and, it's like, she was my best friend. So, of course, I put a lot into that, a lot of trust into that. And that taught me, like, no matter who the person is, they could do you wrong. They could do you dirty. So, definitely be more apprehensive of how much trust I give someone.
I feel that. I appreciate that. Do you have any other questions? So, thank y'all for following us on this journey about why it's okay to fail, because so many times we're so hard on ourselves on why we're not where we need to be. But guess what? Give yourself some grace. You're human. We're all human. And we're just taking this one ghetto-ass day at a time.
Very, very ghetto-ass day.
And so while you're at it, please follow us on all social media platforms at The Real Sip and Spill, except Twitter, which is
Sip and Spill 1.
And while you're at it, leave us a 5-star rating because we are some 5-star bitches. Ow.